Evening, everyone. We got our pepper plot experiment planted. We'll review that on another day. Back here's some of our chickens. They need to be moved. Need to mow a spot, move them to it. Fresh ground. But it is pepper picking time. So I thought I'd bring y'all along for part of the journey. We are moving in to the jungle. Gosh, I don't know about you all, but I love it this time of year. Just absolutely love pepper season. I love when it's time to pick the peppers. I love when it's time to enjoy the peppers. We love eating the peppers. It's just, it's all amazing. If I can catch that dragonfly for you all. Well, not catch him, but let's see him. He flew away. So, all right. Let's get started picking. So, sitting here in my padrons. That's a pepper, padron peppers. We use our book to keep track of where stuff is. So if we're looking for something specific, and I was specifically looking for padrons for market for tomorrow, we can go find it without going, well, I think it's here, I think it's there, I think it's over here. We used to stake all the rolls. It become a lot of expense that is unnecessary. A lot of pepper plants don't need to be staked, some do. We stake the ones that need it, but don't stake the ones that don't. Some plants have plenty of structure to support what they're doing, and some don't. So we use Post-it notes, and they go in our harvest baskets. And we don't put peppers in the basket that could be mistaken for each other. So a padron is not going to be mistaken for an Anaheim. Similar, but definitely not the same. But it definitely will not be mistaken for a jalapeno or a cayenne, a habanero, which I'm not harvesting habaneros yet. So there's a lot that I can put in this basket that won't look like a padron. And we try to pull a few weeds while we're doing this. It just makes the job go better. Now, for backup, the beginning and the end of each variety of peppers is labeled with a marker tag. So it's early in the season, so I'm not picking wads off of each plant. I want to water this section. I'm watering over there right now, that way. This is going to need to be watered. It's starting to dry out. We don't have no rain in the forecast until Wednesday. A lot of times this lower field stays so wet that watering is a waste of time. If you've grown peppers for long, you know the leaves can wilt quite a bit, and the peppers still pulling moisture out of the soil. But we're here, and I'm down about that far before I touch any moisture in the soil, and it's not a lot. So this will need to be watered before we get rain middle next week. So all right, I'm gonna move up through here and harvest these padrons. Be right back. Excuse me if I squint. Sun's right there in my eye. So far I've harvested the padrons and some passillas, and I'm getting ready to harvest Dirksen. These Dirksens, I only got a few that are red ripe. So what I do is I'll pick some red ripe ones some 3/4 ripe ones. And I will pick a couple of green ones off of these plants that are kind of loaded. Trying to pull my plant up, trying to pull that weed, trying to bring the plant with it. I gotta be more careful. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a couple of green ones off that one since I damaged the root system. Just trying to get together a 1/2 pint box for market. This makes my customers happy. And I just, while we grow on fabric, is so we can kind of move around on the ground. Getting these early young small peppers off allow way for the larger peppers. So there's an art to it. I've got a Georgia Flame I accidentally took off here while I was picking, so we'll have that one. So what's funny is that one of my favorite peppers to pick is not one of my favorite peppers. Serranos. They're pleasant to pick. Sun's going down. So I'll let you all watch me pick some serranos. Now I won't label the serranos because they're not even close to being like anything else that's going to be in this basket. And I don't grow anything else that looks like a serrano. At least not like these. So what I do each week is I go through and just pick the largest ones off of each plant. Now sometimes you got a plant that don't have anything on it worth picking. So like right here I've got a smaller plant that's moving a little bit slower than the rest. So I'm gonna pick a few extra off of it so that it can catch up a little bit. Got a lot to put its nutrients into growth of the plant instead of so much into the pepper itself. So that means that more than likely next week, sometimes I pick these plants 3 times a week. Depends on what market and how well sales was. A lot of times we pick fresh for each market. The day of or the night before. So this plant, I only get one off of it, but boy, it's a nice one. Should be growing some real flavorful peppers this year because of lack of rain. We're having to do most of the watering ourselves. A lot of times we don't. Of course, it's way different than last year. Last year, we had severe flooding multiple times. Look at that beast. which cost us a lot of our crop. We flooded so much. It was wet. We couldn't even get into some of the pepper fields to even harvest them. Now you can also come through here and just kind of blind pick, but we like to spend a little bit of time with our plants. We usually try to do this in the relaxing evening. As you all saw, I came down here right before sunset. And that was intentional. What's your favorite pepper to pick? I mean, we eat serranos. It's just not my favorite. Serrano don't even make my top 20. Now I can make some good hot sauce of serranos. I do like them in hot sauce. So we get real happy this time of year because our table at market looks better. And we know it's just a matter of time before we can start making hot sauce. We wait on the hot sauce until we have an abundance of peppers, because early in the year our customers want the peppers. Later in the year we're producing way more than we sell. We'll be picking so many peppers that I'll start having half bushel baskets of serranos. And we sell local at farmers market, so if you're near us, we do the Johnson City Farmers Market here in Tennessee. We do the Veterans Farmers Market at the Quillen Veterans Hospital. It's building 160. And we're just off of the parking garage inside. Wonderful little market. And we are currently picked up this year the Elizabethton Farmers Market. That one's on Tuesday. So Elizabethton Market is on Tuesdays, and it's an evening market from 4 to 7. The Johnson City Farmers, well, let's back up. Thursday is our Veterans Hospital, the Quillen Veterans Hospital Farmers Market, and it is from 10:30 to 3. And the Johnson City Farmers Market is our biggest market, and it is Saturdays from 8 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Long market, keeps you busy. Sometimes we don't have time to think at that market. Especially when it's tomato and pepper season. Stop video. So you might ask, what do I do when these plants get big? We literally lay down and crawl down the aisle, which is a welcome break because it's cool. Here, look what I missed. Look at that pepper. Wow. All right, I picked about a 2 bushel and 3/4 probably to be exact, into the lower pepper field. And here is our other one. Now this one's interplanted with some other stuff, as you'll see, some squash that the groundhog found that we're growing out of. We put electric fence up. He doesn't seem to like it very much. And them ahi yo-yos, ain't those beautiful? Plants worth growing just to see the beauty of the pepper. Some plants are definitely worth growing just for the beauty of the plant. So anyway, I've got to pick shishitos back here. Most of these back here are ahis and sweet peppers, and they were planted a little later than some of those down there. And ahis traditionally take a little bit of time to ripen. Now there's a few varieties of ahis I got to keep my eyes on because they will kick up a little bit early and start producing. And so I got to watch out for them. Now, you'll notice this fence line has been weeded, and so has that one at the end. And I'm working on that one over there this weekend or next week. It's got to be done because that's draining my fence power, and that's not good. The groundhog right now is avoiding this because he's got zapped several times, but I need to get that took care of. So I need to get some picking done. I'll show you what I got. Well guys, as it often happens, I get ready to edit the video and realize got carried away picking peppers. It got dark. Picked some blackberries after I picked some peppers. Eat some blackberries. Fixed the electric fence. It wasn't working. Breaker was tripped. And I forgot to shoot the end of the video. So I'm in the house. We ended up picking right around 2 bushels of peppers. Not bad for this time of year. Now, half of that is sweet peppers, like bell peppers and Italian peppers and so forth. So I'll show you what we got. So here is Super Shepherds and Corne de Toros Italian peppers, sweet Italians. These are bell peppers. And I've got shishitos in this end, down in there. And over here I have Korean gochus. These little harvest baskets are pretty nice. We picked these up at a local place a few years back. And, excuse the mess guys, we live in this house. And we got bell peppers, Anaheims, there's poblanos down in here. Got some purple bells. So, all in all, it was a good day. Biggest harvest of the year so far for peppers. I got to get all this ready for market. It's 9:30 here, but just because it's 9:30 doesn't mean the work day is over. On the day before market, we work until the job is done. So here we go.